2009 will be the 30th anniversary of the Soviet invasion. The country hasn't known any peace since then.
I have fought against the Soviets alongside the Afghan resistance. 500,000 Soviet troops could not contain us, the Afghan resistance at that time. How can we expect that 50 or 60,000 foreign troops can contain Afghanistan? It would be a military fallacy. It would be a strategic blunder.
The 30,000 additional troops that I'm announcing tonight will deploy in the first part of 2010.
This is an 18th century strategy being employed against a 14th century enemy. Other countries, one after the other, have given up on this strategy over the years. The Soviet Union stopped doing it in the 1990s, but it was too late to avoid their disintegration. I hope that we somehow manage to avoid the same fate.
Well, I would say 99% of all the battles that we fought in Afghanistan were won by the Soviet side. But the problem is that the next morning we had the same old situation as if there was no battle. Mujahideen were again in that village where we thought we destroyed them just the other day. So it was an absolutely useless war.
The only reason why we think we do better than the Soviets is our own hubris.
I think that there are common errors there when a nation, whether it be the United States or the Soviet Union, overestimates what can be accomplished by military means.
Go to George Washington University's archives online and look up, they've got a wonderful collection of documents from the Soviet Union, particularly senior level deliberations among members of senior military and in the Politburo, discussing what are we going to do in Afghanistan. We've got to get out. This is destroying our country. And the arguments, you could literally take some of these documents and I like to say you do put it in Microsoft Word, do find and replace, change ruble to dollar, change Najibullah to Karzai, change revolution with a capital R to democracy. And if you did that, that document will be intact and it reads as well in 2009 as it would have in 87 or 88.
Такой там войны-то и не было, мы входили, и многие там жители нас приветствовали, афганские. Ну, мы знали, что то есть, там есть противоречия внутри Афганистана, там, в одной партии, между течениями существует там противоречия. Но мы думали, что мы нашим присутствием просто стабилизируем ситуацию в прошлом году. Нам говорили, здесь смысл наших боевых действий заключался в том, чтобы прийти в какой-то населенный пункт или провинцию и там помочь афганскому руководству установить ту власть, которая существовала в Афганистане. Больше какая наша задача была. Для того, чтобы ее установить, нам вот ближайшие горы или провинции, или другие, кто оказывает, кто мешает установлению этой власти, вот, их сломить.
In mountainous terrain against guerrilla fighters, their approach was a disaster.
People on the ground, soldiers that are just coming out of Afghanistan, and uniformly their remarks are that, you know, the military understands the threat they're facing, but the tactics we've adopted are no different from the Soviet tactics.
Я тогда начал понимать, что что-то неправильно делаю, потому что если мы делали правильно, народ против нас не пошел. И вот с этого дня я начал замечать, что люди против нас. Уже взгляды были другие, действия были другие. И с каждым днем росло сопротивление населения. Они начали организовывать отряды, формирование, пошла помощь. И вот с этого, с января, с февраля 80-го года до самого вывода до февраля 89-го года негатив к нам шел по нарастающей.
ABC News has taken a poll in Afghanistan. It shows that after 7 years there, less than half of Afghans view the U.S. favorably.
As we see, Afghan people are pessimistic about having a successful international intervention and also a strong, successful government in Afghanistan. For that reason, I don't think that now this will be different from the 1980s, the USSR time.
It's not clear to me that our prospects in Afghanistan are any better than those of other great powers that have attempted to sweep in and control and transform this country.
I think that what's needed is not additional forces. This is something we discussed too years ago, but we decided not to do it. And I think that our experience deserves attention.
The U.S. Embassy has a fleet of helicopters it uses, and the one I was flying in that day was a Russian helicopter, an Mi-6, but had been painted red, white, and blue. And it struck me as, you know, at the end of the day, you can paint it red, white, and blue, but it's still a Russian helicopter. And at the end of the day, an occupation is still an occupation.
Ну вот, и поэтому против идей очень сложно воевать. Надо завоевывать сердца.